I know I want to start a vlog, but like Sylvie's here, which is fun to mess with. You can do it, Sylv. I believe in you. Ladies and gentlemen, she's got it. Look at her. Oh, I'm so glad I got that moment on recording, Sylv. You absolute doofus. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Jester's monthly update. I mean, it shouldn't really be called Jester's monthly update because I haven't done one for like, what, 2 months or something like that? So we should call this Jester's life update. It's just JLU this week. I will try and make these a bit more regular, but yeah. There's been a lot going on recently, so where do we start? I'm back to work now. I think I mentioned that potentially in the last video, but, you know, just as an update as where I am with furlough and stuff like that. You know, some people only watch YouTube videos, some people only watch Twitch. If you're one of the people that watch both, you'll know I've been trying to stream as much as possible. It's a bit difficult. Something I didn't really get a chance to talk about, but, like, the last couple of weeks... Well, my Nia's here now. Streaming's been quite, like, disrupted recently because of the heat and stuff like that. That has died down in the last couple of weeks, which is nice. But yeah, long story short, September is like a real turnaround for me. I've decided I'm going to start doing things a lot more structured, if that makes sense. You know, start of lockdown, I was doing a lot of walking, streaming 32, 35 hours a week and stuff like that. At the moment, that's something I've really dropped off. Like, the last 2 months have been so just, like, crap for me. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing a lot more work on stuff, so yeah, there we go. There's the update on streaming, I guess. As you can see from the background, very empty shelves. I am in the process of moving at the moment. Do you know what? I've got like several phrases I use even when they don't make sense. I say "like I said" a lot, even if I haven't said it to anyone before, or you know, I was talking to blah blah blah, even if I wasn't talking to anybody about it. I've got some weird phrases, and one of those is one I was just about to use, which is long story short. More often than not, if you hear me say long story short, it's probably going to be a long story anyway. Long story short, me and Jaffa are no longer together. I don't want to go into the details of it because I've gone into the details of breakups in the past, and I've always like watched them back and felt a bit cringy about it. So, long story short, we're not together anymore. It was very amicable breakup. We both kind of agreed it was the best. She wanted to move back to where she came from. I don't really have many intentions at the moment of leaving where I am at the moment, or my family and friends around here, so yeah, I'm leaving Telford, which is where I am currently, moving back to Stafford, which is where everything began basically with streaming. And yeah, at the moment going through the move for that. At the moment it's going to be at the end of this month. This video will come out in September, hopefully. So yeah, looking at moving at the end of this month, and yeah, going to be living alone. New place was sorted out pretty quickly. I found it last week. Going through the application process at the moment as we're talking, waiting for the referencing to come back just to confirm that I've got the place, and yeah, there'll be an excuse to do a new house tour, which is like the 3rd or 4th one in the last like 4 or 5 years. So yeah, looking forward to having to sort all that out again. It's gonna be great fun. But yeah, that's where I am at the moment. It's weird because I've got like a lot to talk about, but not a lot to talk about, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a lot of things are going on, but I don't want to go too much into detail on them, if that makes sense. So, as a part of that, I'm having to save a lot of money. So, as you might have guessed from what I've been talking about, currently I'm not doing any clip of the month or monthly giveaway prizes at all, because, long story short, I need to find £1,000 in the next month to make sure I can afford everything. So, it's really fun at the moment. I'm having a great time. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a disrupted time, I think. Me being me, I'm kind of like, yeah, I want to get into the new place, and then by Monday, I want to make sure I'm streaming again. But realistically, I should probably take a week just to get everything sorted and things like that. And I'm doing a lot of that here as well. I feel like I'm doing a lot more self-care and stuff like that. It's been something that's been a big issue for me for the last like couple of months, basically. Like I mentioned, it's probably about the time I stopped doing Jester's monthly updates. It's like I had all this energy going into furlough. You know, like I mentioned, I was doing like 32, 35 hour weeks streaming, you know, lunchtime streams, all this shit. And now I'm just like, even now I'm like, feel the energy slowly draining out of me, and I never used to have that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. It's just been like a constant state of, I don't want to say lethargy, because like I don't feel tired constantly, but I feel like I tire more easily, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's weird to talk about, and I know, you know, there's a lot more in the world going on right now than my little issues. Oh, streamer's a bit tired. But, yeah, you know, some people are wondering what's going on with me, all two of you, and I'm just trying to talk about things in the most sensible way possible, which, you know, isn't always easy. You got to be sensitive to the people that these kind of stories concern and things like that. And yeah, I haven't got a whole lot to say about it, really. So, you know, that's the life update. You know, as soon as I've gotten to the new place, I'll start sorting out some videos and things like that. But speaking of videos, I do have plans of doing a lot more on YouTube. I guess this is where we talk about the content part of the whole video. At the moment, I'm doing a few different streams on Twitch, which is, you know, something I've been doing for years, but I don't know why I'm specifically explaining Twitch to you guys. At the moment, I'm doing F1 2020 My Team run through at the moment. I'm going to be finishing this season on stream and then moving that to a Let's Play style video onto YouTube, which is going to be a bit more involved, hopefully, as well. I plan on doing, like, individual videos for, like, longer qualifying sessions and stuff like that. If you don't know what F1 2020 is like, then this is going to be nothing to you, but long story short, there's going to be a lot more content on YouTube for Formula 1. For me, it just makes more sense because it gets Formula 1 off the stream. Not that I'm streaming it that much. It's really weird to, like, explain. My streaming's gone a bit weird because I plan to do, like, a story-based or campaign gameplay every day, and then do, like, an indie game or something smaller after the fact. But the problem with that is I stream Minecraft all day on Tuesday, or all stream on Tuesday. And then you get to... So that's one out of, like, the 4 or 5 days I have put aside. Sunday we do F1 Formula Jam anyway, so that's another day gone out of the 4 days I'd be streaming. You see what it just snowballs? I end up doing just like 1 day of F1, do 2 races, and that's it. So I'm both like not going through the content as quick as I'd like to, but also I don't want to be doing too much Formula 1 on the stream because not everybody likes Formula 1, and you know, it's understandable. If you're one of those cynical people, it's cars just going around on a track. So yeah, for me, I'm just trying to think about the best way to get stuff presented or played and still have content coming out as well. Monster Train's another one as well. It's one I do enjoy streaming, but at the same time, I feel like in a more edited down format, I think it'd be a bit more interesting. Especially with the fact that, like, you know, so many runs fail, and it's like, eventually I'll get the breakthrough I need on, you know, what I'm doing in the game. And that'll be the video that goes up. And that'll be like, yeah, by the way, I failed 25 times before the fact. If I stream that, you're just going to watch me fail and fail and fail. And while that is entertaining for some people, I feel like that gets frustrating for me. And I'm trying to do less content that annoys me, if that makes sense. It's a weird way to explain it. But, like, I'm starting to do a lot more Final Fantasy 14 now, which is a lot of that content is just, like, stuff I can't fail at. A lot of it's fishing, which is, like, you know, somewhat chill and just reel them in while talking to chat. It's nice. But also one thing I've been doing a lot more with streaming as well is playing games, different games, to Murdo while streaming with Murdo. If you don't know who Murdo is, if you just watch the YouTube videos, Murdo is one of my best mates. Known him for, according to Murdo, 25 years, but realistically it's just over 5 years now. In fact, I think it'll be our 5th anniversary in October. Yeah, we've been streaming together. He's been playing Grand Theft Auto. It's the GT. He's been playing Gran Turismo 4 while I've been playing whatever, Final Fantasy or Minecraft. And it's been really cool, just like sitting there, talking to each other, playing different games, but also having a really good conversation. I feel like that's produced some really cool streams. Way more like podcasty, I guess. There's still, you know, talk about what's going on in the games, but at the same time, it's a lot more like free-flowing conversation, which I find is a really cool way to stream. So yeah, over September and October, I've got furlough in weird ways. Like September, I've got, just looking now, this week, when I'm recording on the 1st of September, I've got Wednesday and Friday. Then next week, I'm doing Wednesday, and there's nothing then until the last week of September. I'm doing 3 days in a row. And then October's weird again, because I've got a full week of work in the first full week of October. Following week, I've got 3 days I'm working, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I've got 2 weeks off again. the way furlough works, it's like September, they want you to do 6 days and you get 100% pay. And if you do October, it's 8 days, you get 100% pay. And then November, furlough's done. It's, yeah, the UK's weird. I haven't really spoke about coronavirus and all that much recently. There's not a whole lot to talk about, you know. It's a case of, this is a good thing as well. Infection rate is going up. That's not a good bit. But the deaths are going way down. It's getting to the point now where I think coronavirus is being looked at as like a seasonal flu, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm still very wary when I go outside. For the first time this week that's just gone, for the first time since March, I've been out for meals twice in pubs, which is something I didn't even think about doing about a month ago. Like, that was, I don't want to say terrifying, but like whenever I go out at the moment, I have, and I'm sure a lot of people are like this, I have like just a low pit in my stomach. You know when you're expecting bad news and you got that like slightly nauseous, I have that constantly outside at the moment. And going out for food, I didn't really have that to begin with, but as soon as I kind of settled in and realised people were around and I was outside, I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this. I'm getting better with it. And I was talking to people there, like, the people that I was with didn't feel like that because they've been working the entire way through. And I said, I think a lot of my anxiety and how I treat things at the moment is very much because my brain has been conditioned to think this is the worst thing that has ever happened to humanity. Realistically, it's not. But it's pretty bad in the modern age, you know what I mean? And I think because I've kind of been, you know, put away and hidden the entire time, my brain thinks it's a lot worse than it is, which is really weird to say because I also know that it's not as bad as, you know, was being made out. Not so much now, anyway, I should say. I'd still felt, you know, back in April, May, it was really, really bad. But, you know, now it's a lot more manageable. You know, people know what to do to help people. People are getting tested. It's getting caught a lot quicker. I didn't intend this vlog to be about coronavirus, but it's one of the things that's affecting things at the moment. So, you know, it's worth talking about still. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing a lot better on it. I feel like the general population in the UK is doing better. There's still, you know, a lot of countries that are suffering quite badly. You know, we've had our biggest spike. US, I think, has had their biggest spike. A lot of European countries have had their biggest spike. But, you know, there's South American countries that are now experiencing the same spike we did back in April and stuff like that. We don't know how it's going to be over winter as well. You know, there's a lot of theories going out there at the moment about, you know, is it starting to die down a bit now because of the heat and stuff like that? Is it going to be like, you know, the cold, the common cold that we have now? It's a lot more prevalent during the winter months. You know, we don't know yet. It's going to be an interesting 2020. It's still the year of getting shit done. I'm still wearing the shirt. And I'm going to be focusing on doing that a lot more in the last 3 months of the year. But, yeah, I think it's something always worth talking about. And I feel like I'm trying to get better with it. And I feel like the world is starting to get a bit better with it. A lot of people are also not giving a shit as well. Like, I still go into shops, see people without masks, and just look at them and go, why? Just, you know, I've been enjoying wearing a mask. It's great. I can just throw a mask on. I can just sing while I'm listening to headphones in Aldi, and nobody knows. It's like, I'm just singing, no one can stop me, nobody knows except for the fact that my beard's moving. It's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it, the beard? It's like, you know, can I just talk without it moving? Not really, even then. I'm doing a ventriloquist impression. You just see the mustache and the beard moving, I just can't get away with it. Anyway, there's Jester's life update. That's a long-ass video, isn't it? 15 minutes. Gotta get that mid rolling. But yeah, it's, long story short, TLDR if you rush to the end. Relationship breakup. I'm moving back to Stafford. Trying to do better in my life. Creating more content. Twitch is going to make a lot more sense soon. At the moment, I'm doing, this week I should say, I'm planning on streaming every day. I'm going to try and bring it back to a normalized schedule at some point, but yeah, I'm enjoying streaming still. Like, that's the weirdest part of it all. I had like 2 weeks where I wasn't streaming every planned day because it was just too hot and it was horrible. Last couple of weeks, I've kind of been just like tired and meh about everything, so this week's kind of like a week where I'm like, right, I need to sit down, I need to start doing things, I need to start enjoying my life again, because at the moment, not even at the moment, the last few weeks, months, I've just been so crap about it. And again, a lot of people have, you know, coronavirus has got a lot to answer for on that front, but all we can do is try and move forward and make ourselves better and try and enjoy our lives, and that's way too deep for this kind of video, so I'm never doing that again. Anyway, wouldn't be a month without me thanking all the awesome people that support me on patreon.com/jestertainment, and they are my Patreon producers, who are Binglepin, Murdo, Ariel on Kawaii, and Mystical Whoosh, nearly got the name wrong there, and of course Mecha Spider, Noble, and Birdman. Thank you very much, guys, for continuing to support the content throughout all the crap that's going on. Yeah, we're still going to struggle, I think, through the next part of the year, but I think the community around the content I produce are absolutely fantastic people, and, you know, together we'll all get through it, and I think, you know, if anyone is struggling with anything, there's plenty of people to talk to, including me. But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be streaming still on twitch.tv/jestertainment. See more videos like this. You're already on the channel, but if you're not aware of the channel, it's youtube.com/jester on demand. And see what I'm ranting about this week, twitter.com/jestertainment_. If you want to support the channel, if you're watching and following, you're doing a great job, and thank you so much for doing so. If you want to do more than that, though, you can of course go to patreon.com/jestertainment, just like my wonderful Patreon producers, who are Binglepin, Murdo, Ariel on Kawaii, and Mystical Whoosh. Boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I will try and get back to doing these monthly, as long as interesting stuff to talk about. But until the next one, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in that next one. See ya!